Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the preparation and properties of group 16's, the second member, that is sulfur. We will discuss at first the characteristic of sulfur as we study about the general characteristic of this member. Their member exist or show so many allotropes. So at first we will discuss about the number of allotropes or most common allotropes of the sulfur. After that, compounds of sulfur, oxoacids of sulfur. So at first, as we discuss number of allotropes shown by sulfur. Or number of allotropes are known. What do you mean by the term allotropes? The species which exist in the nature in more than one form, in which their chemical properties are similar but their physical properties are different. This is known as allotropes of that particular elements. Out of number of allotropes are known, so we will discuss only the main allotropes of sulfur. Two allotropic forms are main. Number 1, rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur, which is also known as alpha sulfur. And second one is monoclinic sulfur. Which is known as beta sulfur. Beta sulfur. Alpha sulfur is stable below 369 Kelvin. 69 Kelvin. And this particular beta sulfur is stable above 369 Kelvin. Alpha sulfur is stable below 369 Kelvin and beta sulfur is stable above 369 Kelvin. At 369 Kelvin, both the forms are stable, and this temperature is known as transition temperature. Transition temperature. So students, out of many allotropes known by the sulfur, these two main allotropes we will study about according to our syllabus of NCERT, which is rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. And rhombic sulfur is known as a alpha sulfur also. Monoclinic sulfur is known as a beta sulfur also. So let's we discuss about the nature of these two allotropes, rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. Both are crystalline form. Both are crystalline in nature. The crystals consist of S8 molecules. S8 molecules. These crystals differ in shape, rhombic forms. At first we discuss about the rhombic form. Of acid molecules are so arranged that the ring fit comfortably into each other. Student, we all know the structure of acid molecule. This is the crown shape, which is called the puckered ring structure. For example, if suppose this is the one ring goes on that way, so another just fit into this line. Means one ring fit into the comfortably into each other. Or we can also draw the structure of this is the crown shape. We all know about the acid molecules exist in the crown shape. So this particular shape just fit like another shape. This type of arrangement. This type of arrangement takes another also. So is this type of arrangement takes place in the rhombic forms of acid molecules. So one allotropes, the arrangement of these allotropes are like this. Ring fit comfortably into each other. In case of monoclinic sulfur, see here, different in properties of allotropes is only the structure of the molecules. So how monoclinic sulfurs are arranged? So students, in monoclinic sulfur, the crystals have needle-like shape, and the arrangement in such that acid ring are stacked on the top of each other. So suppose this is the one ring like this. So another way, this dot is S, means sulfur. This type of arrangement look like. Or we can also suppose one structure like this. one like this, another like this. This. This type of arrangement shown by the monoclinic sulfur. Just they like to look, they stack two on the top of each other. One cape like this, another cape like this. So these crystals have needle-like shape. So students, in this way you can see the shape of the difference in the shape of rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. So in addition to, suppose another, we will try to see the element like this, So in this way we can say the difference of structure found with among the monoclinic sulfur, rhombic sulfur, and another all drops. So in addition to the two allotropics forms, in addition to the two allotropics forms described, sulfur exists in a number of other allotropic modification containing 6 to 20 atoms per ring. 6 to 20 atoms per ring. One such form is cyclo S6 ring, which exists as a chair form. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this type of chair form is called cyclo S6. At 1000 Kelvin, sulfur exists as a diatomic species, just like oxygen, and is a paramagnetic in nature. Due to the presence of two unpaired electron in the anti-bonding orbital. Anti-bonding orbitals. So students, in this way we have completed our tropic forms of sulfur. Two major, monoclinic and rhombic, and their structures are different from each other. Apart from this, it also shows 6 to 20 atoms per ring, and out of this cyclo-6 S66, and it also exists at 1000 Kelvin species diatomic form, which has unpaired electrons, so it shows the paramagnetic character. Let's we discuss about the preparation of sulfur dioxide and their characteristic, physical or chemical. Sulfur dioxide. We have already discussed the structure of sulfur dioxide and their shape, hybridization, all the things. It is prepared by number 1. It is by burning of sulfur or iron pyrite. Iron pyrite in air. So see here, sulfur, if burned in air, it will form sulfur dioxide, and iron pyrite when treated with oxygen, formation of ferric oxide and sulfur dioxide. It is, students, it is the India's industrial method. So write down the importance of this. This is the industrial method. So for industrial purpose, we prepare sulfur dioxide by using iron pyrite. Balance this equation: 11O2 and 8 sulfur dioxide. In the laboratory, number 3rd, laboratory method. If we prepare the sulfur dioxide in laboratory, simply we use copper chips with conc H2SO4 and slightly heat is given to that. So the formation of copper sulfate, sulfur dioxide and water takes place. So student, by potassium dichromate, using potassium dichromate, you can check the evaluation of sulfur dioxide gas takes place whenever the copper chips treated with conc sulfuric acid. So this is the laboratory method for preparing sulfur dioxide. Now we will discuss the characteristic of sulfur dioxide. Properties. It is the colorless gas. And pungent smell. Pungent smell, or we can say that irritating smell. Irritating smell. The next property is it is highly soluble in water. Soluble in water, and the solution is acidic in nature. For example, sulfur dioxide, when dissolved in water, it will form sulfurous acid, H2SO3 atmosphere. So this shows that it is acidic in nature. How can we show that sulfur dioxide is acidic in nature? Whenever sulfur dioxide dissolves in water, it forms acid. So you can test this compound by using litmus paper or BH paper. Or being acidic in oxide, being acidic oxides, it reacts with bases like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. So see the reaction. Number 1, sodium hydroxide plus sulfur dioxide, acid and base to form salt and water. So formation of sodium sulfide takes place, and if we use this sodium sulfide Na2SO3, water plus sulfur dioxide, excess of sulfur dioxide pass through this, so the formation of NaHSO3. So students, remember that like carbon dioxide, whenever carbon dioxide dissolves in calcium hydroxide, the milkiness appear. Same thing when sulfur dioxide treated with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium sulfide, and this sodium sulfide and water, if excess of sulfur dioxide pass through this milkiness disappear with the formation of sodium bisulfide. Like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide also gives the lime water taste. So we will discuss later on how the sulfur dioxide show the lime water taste. Or see here, discussing here, suppose sodium, we take calcium hydroxide, we all know that this is the lime water, and sulfur dioxide. So the formation of calcium sulfide plus water, this calcium sulfide is formation of this calcium sulfide gives the lime water milkiness, and if excess of sulfur dioxide pass through this calcium sulfide plus water and sulfur dioxide pass through this, so milkiness disappear due to the formation of calcium bisulfide HSO3O2. So this is the important property of sulfur dioxide. Like carbon dioxide, it also show the milkiness whenever it treated with lime water. So when sulfur dioxide treated with lime water, the milkiness appear due to the formation of calcium sulfide. We can write milkiness, and milkiness disappear when calcium sulfide and water, which is formed treated with excess of sulfur dioxide, the milkiness disappear due to the formation of calcium bisulfide. So remember it is the important reaction of lime water test. We can find out the lime water test. So by using lime water, you can find out the gas evolved during the reaction of copper and sulfuric acid. This sulfur dioxide, when passes through the calcium hydroxide, the milkiness appear, and when excess of sulfur dioxide pass through this solution, milkiness disappear due to the formation of this compound. So next property is it reacts with chlorine. It reacts with chlorine in presence of charcoal. In presence of charcoal, it reacts with chlorine in presence of charcoal. Charcoal is used as a catalyst, charcoal catalyst to give sulfuryl chloride. It is an important reaction, students. So write down the reaction twice in your notebook. Sulfur dioxide treated with chlorine gas, so it will form SO2 Cl2. This is called the sulfuryl chloride, chlorine gas in presence of charcoal catalyst. Charcoal catalyst. So formation of sulfuryl chloride takes place. Next property is their reducing property or oxidizing property. We will discuss about it. So next property is the write down reducing property. Reducing property. In the presence of moisture, in the presence of moisture, it gives nascent hydrogen. It gives nascent hydrogen. Hydrogen, which act as a reducing agent. This hydrogen act as a reducing agent. So sulfur dioxide treated with moisture, so it will form H2SO4 and gives nascent hydrogen. And this hydrogen behave as a reducing agent. For example, it reduces ferric salt to ferrous salt. It reduces ferric salts to ferrous salt. Ferric salt to ferrous salt. For example, we take sulfur dioxide and water and ferric sulfate, Fe2SO4 whole 3. So formation of H2SO4 and FeSO4. Balance this equation. 2H2O, Fe2, so here 2FeSO4 and 2H2SO4. You can write the expanded form, or sometimes we use like this. Suppose here I am explaining in this way also. 2H2O gives H2SO4 plus nascent hydrogen, and this ferric sulfate Fe2SO4 whole 3 and takes this hydrogen and get converted into FeSO4 plus H2SO4. So balance this equation and cancel out the common. So we will get sulfur dioxide, ferric sulfate plus water. So we will get ferric to ferrous plus H2SO4. Balance this equation, students. 2H2O. So here we will write 2. Here also we will write 2 and 2FeSO4. So here FeSO4, 2H2O, 2FeSO4 and H2O. So the color of ferric, we all know the color of ferric is brown in color. Brown. So it will get to convert into light green. Light green. So this ferrous sulfate is light green color. So this is the reducing property. Number of salt is reduced by the sulfur dioxide, because in the presence of moisture it gives the nascent hydrogen. So whatever the reaction will be given to you, try to try to complete the reaction on the basis of this property. Suppose if the lead dioxide and sodium peroxide to the corresponding sulfate, or it decolorizes the pink color of acidified KMnO4, if we use acidified potassium dichromate solution, becomes green due to the formation of chromic sulfate. See here one reaction also regarding potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate. So sulfur dioxide decolorizes acidified pink potassium permanganate solution. How sulfur dioxide decolorize permanganate solution in acidic medium? So at first we write down the reaction KMnO4 in acidic medium, which will get K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus water, and it is the strong oxidizing agent, so it gives oxygen. And sulfur dioxide water react to form H2SO4 plus hydrogen, and at last this hydrogen and this oxygen, this hydrogen and this oxygen to form H2O. So complete this reaction by balancing 2 KMnO4, 3 H2SO4, 2 MnSO4, 3 H2O and 5 oxygen, 5 nascent oxygen, and sulfur dioxide 2H2O to gives 2 H2SO4 plus 2H, and this 2H treated with this nascent oxygen to form H2O. So balance this equation, this into 5 and this into 5, because here is the 5 nascent oxygen. So you will get 2 KMnO4 plus 5 sulfur dioxide plus 2 H2O and K2SO4. This K2SO4 is colorless plus 2 MnSO4 plus 2 H2SO4. MnSO4 is also colorless. So in this way you can show how sulfur dioxide decolorizes the acidified pink color KMnO4 solution. So this pink color KMnO4 solution, whenever treated with sulfur dioxide in the acidic medium, this becomes colorless. This MnSO4 is also colorless. So it is an important reaction, student. So in the next video we will discuss the next property like oxidizing nature and another, also the shape of this and the few concept about the oxo acids of this sulfur. That's enough for today.